tasted something that took you right back to the childhood memory? For Chain, that something was kimchi. What started as a story about food turned into a journey about culture and memory and identity for Chain.
Alvin Chain's multimedia essay, The Search for My Kimchi, isn't just an article. It's a mix of video, writing, data, and visuals that work together to tell a personal and cultural story. He walks us through his experience growing up as a Korean American and how food, especially kimchi, was a way to connect to his roots. What really makes this piece stand out is how Chain blends emotions, facts, and credibility, what we talked about in class: pathos, logos, and ethos. First is pathos, emotion. The way he talks about his grandma and missing her kimchi, it feels real. You don't have to be Korean to connect with that feeling of longing for something familiar. And then there's ethos. Chain builds trust by telling us his own background, his family, and how he tried to recreate kimchi for himself. You believe him because he lived it. And finally, there's logos. He brings in maps, stats, and even research about fermentation and Korean history. So the story isn't just personal, it's backed by evidence. The structure of the piece is really smooth. As you scroll, each section blends into the next, kind of like flipping through chapters in a book without even realizing it. The visuals aren't just decorations. They guide you through the story, like when he talks about immigration and there's a map showing Korean populations in the US. That kind of interaction helps us stay engaged, and the repetitions of kimchi is not just there, it's intentional. Every time he brings it up, it hits a little harder.
This story made me think about my own relationships with food and culture and identity. I'm not Korean, but I understand what it does feel like to be disconnected from my own roots. I decided to try kimchi for the first time, and honestly, it was intense, but so amazing. It was spicy and sour and even crunchy. I definitely understand why it's not just a side dish. I get now why Chain kept going back to it. It's more than just a taste. It's a memory, a connection to who you are and who you used to be.
And she gave no fucks. Not even one. And she lived.
Even if you didn't grow up with it, you can still respect it. How much meaning food can carry. For Chain, kimchi became a way back to identity. And that message really stuck with me.
In the end, this piece isn't just about food. It's about searching for something you've lost, or maybe never fully had, and realizing it's still out there, waiting to be found again. Alvin Chain reminds us that identity isn't always a clear path. Sometimes you have to keep tasting and chasing and making one jar of kimchi at a time.